Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well and thanks for being here. This video is for the new moon in Libra, which is either today or tomorrow, the 20th or 21st, but it's actually Diwali today, so I suspect it's today. Diwali obviously is about the victory of good over evil, light over darkness, truth over illusion, and wisdom over ignorance, so it's pretty meaningful. Happy Diwali, everyone. Now, it obviously falls on a new moon, so there's obviously no moonlight in the sky, but Diwali is known as the Festival of Lights, and the traditional ritual is to light oil lamps to bring light into that darkness. And we can obviously join in to honour this victory of the light ourselves, and that we can just light a candle or a few candles in our homes tonight. Join in if you are wanting to celebrate that victory. All right, we'll get started. The format here is the same as always, so we just take a quick look at the astrology chart and then follow it with a tarot spread for the new moon. And I'll have the timestamps for each section in the description box. Now we'll quickly just do a love pause before we start. So this is where we pause the video and take a minute to intentionally send some loving energy out into the universe. And you can also do this as a Ho'oponopono prayer, and that's where you say the 4 sentences: thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, and please forgive me. All right, so the time to pause is now, and I will see you guys all on the next slide. All right, so here we are. This is the new moon chart. Now, the sun and the moon are obviously always together on a new moon, so they're both highlighted in purple here on the chart. They're at 28 degrees of Libra, and Venus, which is the ruler of this new moon, obviously rules the sign of Libra, and Venus happens to be in Libra at this full moon, new moon as well, so that seems quite auspicious. Now, the new moon has got a couple of squares, and they're just shown here with those red lines. So one square is to Jupiter in Cancer, which I've highlighted in blue at about 5 o'clock on this chart. And the other square is to Pluto in Aquarius, which is highlighted in yellow at about 11 o'clock on this chart. Now, squares are challenging aspects, and these are both stronger planets because obviously the sun and the moon are personal planets. These ones are a little bit further out. So if you do have your birth chart available, have a quick look at the houses where these degree points are, and that might reveal to you what the challenges are for you at this new moon. Now, the other main interesting thing here is that there is a water grand trine, which is, if you can see that blue line triangle in the middle. So that is involving a few planets here. So we've got highlighted in blue at about sort of 1 o'clock on this chart, we've got a conjunction between Mercury, Mars and Lilith, and they're all in Scorpio. So that's just why it's a water sign grand trine. So they're in Scorpio. We've obviously got Jupiter in Cancer. And then over on the left of the chart around 9 o'clock, we've got Saturn in Pisces. So this is a water sign grand trine. Grand trines are really lovely energies, and that's because they're all obviously in the same element, and these planets will all be playing very favorably with each other. And because it's a water grand trine on this occasion, that's going to relate to our intuition, our emotional processing of things. So that's going to be strengthened at this time. And the fact, like I said, grand trine is good energy. So I feel like those positive energies might actually help to handle whatever those challenges are that come from the squares. So I do like that that's here. And lastly, we've obviously got that minor grand trine between the outer planets. That's a long-standing formation there. They're all the planets highlighted in yellow. The only thing I can see that's different, it looks like Pluto has gone direct, and I think that happened maybe a week ago, but all the others are still in retrograde. And as I always say, these planets have been working together for a long time, so they're certainly very aligned, and I tend to see that as the cosmic plan that they're all involved in. In terms of what's interesting to me on this chart, obviously that water grand trine is interesting, but I was actually quite drawn to that conjunction between Mercury, Mars and Lilith, because that's 2 personal planets, and Lilith. And when you think about it, Mercury is our mind, Mars is our masculine element, the one that takes action. And then we've got Lilith, who just wants to be wild and free and unrestrained. So that's interesting. And they're all in that emotionally intense sign of Scorpio. So there could be some quite liberating choices that are being made. And they're part of this water grand trine. So they really are actually supported quite strongly by Jupiter and Saturn as well. So that looks to me like an interesting placement at this new moon. I never really know what's going to be significant. So that's why I like having the tarot spread follow, because sometimes it just draws our attention to what we might need to see, because sometimes we've got all these placements and we don't really know what the net effect on us is going to be. So I'm kind of drawn to that conjunction. I don't know if that's what we're going to see, but I'll take you across now to the tarot spread that showed up for this new moon, and we'll see what it has to say. Right, so this is the spread for this Libra new moon. If you're interested in the decks I've used, I will have them listed in the description box. As you can see, we've got a lot of cards, and these are obviously tarot cards of the fatter kind. They're not the skinny tarot cards, these are broad, so they do take up a bit more space. But the main reason really that we've got so many cards is that I ended up taking 4 cards from the bottom of the deck, and that's because I don't leave major arcana cards behind when I see them. So I took the 8 of Pentacles, which was the card at the bottom of the deck. Immediately under that there was the Justice card, immediately after that there was the Death card, and then immediately after that there was the Moon card. So that's a lot of major arcana energy underpinning this reading. And I was a little bit surprised by that. I didn't think it would be like that from the astrology, but I guess, Spirit's trying to tell us something here. Now, the 8 of Pentacles is really about someone applying themselves to their craft. It's someone who's very dedicated, and I think these are beavers maybe dam building on this card. But the subsequent energies, Justice is a Libra card, Death is a Scorpio card, and the Moon is a Pisces card. So really, it's interesting that those zodiac signs all came through because they were all in the astrology, and particularly, obviously with this being a Libra new moon and those other signs were part of that water grand trine. So it's very interesting. So justice to me would be someone getting what they deserve. So if this person's been working hard, then they're going to get good results, you would expect. And then it's going to get interesting because we have the Death card, which means that there's something either ending or transforming in a significant way. And then we have this Moon card, which is a card where we really can't see what's going on. So I feel like Spirit perhaps isn't too keen to show us too much about where this goes, because we've got a moon there. It's like, you'll have to figure it out as you go, I think, because the moon energy is where, like I said, we can't see clearly and we are required to trust our instincts and our intuition. So I guess that's what we're going to have to do. Now, the card in the past position, we've got the 4 of Pentacles, and that's about holding on to material resources for stability and security. So this would be someone who is materially stable, but they're actually very attached. I guess I can say attached. They are quite attached to what they have, to the point of being fearful of losing it. So this makes them cling to what they have, and it makes them unwilling to engage with new options or possibilities or opportunities. So things that are new feel too risky to them. So to me, the 4 of Pentacles is quite a closed off energy. And it's not really warranted because 4 Pentacles is not that much, because obviously you can go all the way up to 10 Pentacles. So to me, this is someone, they've got a modest amount of material resources. It's enough for them to function quite well on, but they're really too scared to attempt anything. And so that could mean that they miss out on opportunities for more wealth or more material success. Now, that's interesting that was the first card, because in the present position, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So that would be something life-changing that shows up for them. Now, the Ace of Pentacles does or is associated with an increase in material prosperity. So this can be a windfall, like a big financial blessing, or it can be an opportunity that's going to grow into great blessings. So if it's an opportunity, like I said, because of that energy this person was in, they would have to overcome their resistance to trying new things, or else they're going to miss out on this Ace of Pentacles, aren't they? Now, the card in the future position is another interesting one. It's the Seven of Swords, which is about secrecy or deception. And I'm drawn back to that Moon card where we couldn't really know what was going to happen. And then this card is about something, again, that we're not being shown, something secretive, deceptive. So I feel like that message is coming through twice. So something is hidden, or maybe it has to remain hidden. It's hidden from us, or maybe it's something we have to keep hidden. So this is a message from Spirit. So I guess this mysteriousness is for our benefit. We're either not meant to know where it's all going to lead, and that's for our own protection, or other people are not meant to know what's going on, and again, that would be for our protection. So I'll look at the oracle cards to see if we get anything extra, but I get the feeling that maybe we're not meant to get all the details this time. This Ace of Pentacles, it might be something that needs to be kept quiet for a period of time, or maybe even forever. It's still a blessing from the way it looks here, but Spirit is perhaps warning that it does have to be kept quiet. Now, for that Seven of Swords, I did pull a clarify card, and we got healthy choices. And it's interesting, this person here does look like they're holding a basket of goodies, like a cornucopia kind of imagery. But with healthy choices, that seems like a message to just focus on making decisions that are good for us. This card talks about self-love, self-care, and personal happiness. So I feel like this blessing, whatever it is something to keep to yourself and to use it to benefit you and your life. It's not meant to be shared widely with others. It's intended to be for you. Now we'll see with these if these oracle cards give us anything more. The first oracle card here is titled Presence. Now normally when I look at this card, I tend to focus on the two people that are standing together. But this time I keep being pulled up to whatever it is that's going on in the sky. Maybe there's like a spiritual presence that's overseeing and blessing, overseeing this blessing and trying to keep you safe and make sure that, you know, this blessing is being used in the correct way. Because like I said, I'm not sure what I'm seeing there in the sky. It's almost like an alien face is what I feel like. So maybe this is a star ancestor or something. I really don't know. And if it's something like that, look, this material blessing might be something that you just cannot tell anyone about. So I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking of little kids' books, so it's a bit weird, but I'm thinking of, like, you know, the magic porridge pot, or the goose that lays golden eggs. You know how those things kind of changed an individual's life, but they sort of came to those things by it was magical that they ended up with those things in their possession. So there's something magical. So maybe that is the star ancestor. It's a blessing that's going to improve someone's material life, but it's an out there blessing that the person can never actually tell anyone about. So and that's, I guess, it maybe this blessing, it's not of this world, and it's not meant to end up in the wrong hands in this world. So I feel like perhaps you're being trusted with this thing. It's going to bless you in some way, and it's going to allow you to prosper in the material world, but it is an out of this world thing, and it might have a purpose. Like the star ancestor might want you to do something with this blessing. So it may be something that like I said, the star ancestor presence is going to make sure that you're using it properly, or else you're going to lose it. But other than that, you know, it's meant to be used. I did get from that healthy choices that is meant to be used for you. So I'm not sure if it's something necessarily that's for anyone else's benefit, but it might be. But I do feel like if you were using it wrong, you might lose that privilege. Now, I'm trying to think of an example of what kind of blessing this could be that, you know, is going to bless you in the material world, but not be of this world. So it could be something like if you suddenly become very good at growing things in your garden. And so you can grow and sell flowers and fruit and vegetables, and they're always going to be perfect. Like they're perfect flowers, perfect fruit, perfect vegetables. Nothing is ever kind of affected by pests or, unusual looking. Everything's just flawless. And so because you have that ability to grow perfect things, you can keep growing things and selling things and making a lot of money, and that ability is not going to stop as long as you keep it to yourself. Or maybe you're artistic and this star ancestor is going to give you the most incredible ideas for things to create, and you're meant to act like these are just things that you came up with. So yeah, this is a strange turn in this reading, but it is what I'm feeling. I feel like there's a blessing. You can't tell anyone about it. You're meant to use it wisely for your own benefit primarily. Now, the next oracle card here is titled Forest, and it's a number 9 card, so it makes me think of the Hermit. So this is someone going within, their eyes are closed, and there are these trees growing out of their head. So maybe that's why I was getting that grow anything ability as an example. So I feel like maybe you go within and connect with the star ancestor, and through those interactions you can create or grow things, and it's going to lead you to a lot of wealth. And like I said, you must never tell anyone about this. So I guess if that's the deal, you'll just have to keep your lips zipped up nice and tight. If you feel bad about taking credit for someone else's ideas, you can donate some of your money. That might ease your conscience. I don't feel like you need to feel bad, though, because it looks to me like this star ancestor doesn't want to be credited for it. They want you to get the credit for it. So maybe just thank the star ancestor. You could give them some offerings or something. Maybe you could find out what they like and then make it a point to offer them something like that every day. If they liked roses, for example, you could plant roses in your magical garden and they would see perfect roses every time they came to meet you. If they liked classical music, you could play it often. I'm thinking of this person with their eyes closed, so maybe if you're meeting this ancestor through meditation, so if it was roses and classical music, you could have those in the background while you are meditating. And I think maybe that's the best way to say thank you and show your appreciation. Now, the last oracle card here is lovely. So we have got a hummingbird looking, really joyful and free. And I actually get the impression of the Judgment card here too, because there are these 2 trumpets. So I feel like this is your blessing, and you're meant to be joyful and free like this hummingbird. And it's because of a judgment that's been made. You have been favorably judged, and you are meant to be blessed with this beautiful life. And I think that's why this star ancestor is offering you this blessing. Like I said, they might keep an eye on you and make sure you don't go astray and do anything too bad with it, but for the most part, it is meant to be yours. Wow, I think this might be the most out there lunar message I've ever recorded, but that's all I've got. So I'll close it out here. Right, so that's it. Last slide here. So this is where I say thank you. So thank you for watching, and if you liked this video, please give it a like or leave a comment. If you like the videos that I make, please consider subscribing to the channel, and a big thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. It is nice to have your support. This is not the fastest growing YouTube channel, but it's been it's still nice to have some support, so that's really good. And that's it, everyone. I hope to see you all at another reading. Take care. Bye.